This is Tiny Vessels. I am making protein pancakes for breakfast this morning. It's actually almost 11:30, but Mondays are like my ultimate lazy day because I'm still job hunting right now, and the weekends are just so awesome. I just am so bummed on Mondays and don't want to do anything. Um, but anyway, I thought that I would make a video showing you how I make my pancakes since a lot of you have been asking for the recipe, and I thought this might be a little more fun and a little bit easier for you because you can see everything that I use. So today I'm actually trying a recipe that I've never tried before. I just thought red velvet like cheesecake kind of pancakes sounded pretty amazing, so I thought I would kind of take what I already know about protein pancake making and like attempt this new thing. So you're experiencing something with me here. If I fail, I'm sorry. Don't make your pancakes this way. Um, so anyway, you're going to need half a cup of rolled oats, and I've already blended mine up. So you can take like a food processor or a blender and just you're gonna blend up your half cup of rolled oats to it's like a flour-like consistency. So it's just really, I put mine on like the chop section, the chop setting, and just blend it up until it's kind of powdery. You're gonna need protein powder of any kind. Today, since I'm doing like a red velvet, if any of you have ever had red velvet, it's kind of like a chocolate and vanilla, so usually I just use one or the other, but today I'm using Sun Warrior, my new favorite, vanilla, and chocolate plant fusion. I use vegan protein powders even though I'm not vegan, just because I'm kind of like sensitive to lactose, and I eat like pizza and like ice cream and stuff all the time, but my body prefers that I stay away from that stuff. So your milk of choice, I'm using Trader Joe's unsweetened almond milk today. You're gonna need some applesauce, or you can use cottage cheese or Greek yogurt even. It's just basically substituting the oil. Like, you're not using any oil in these pancakes, so any of those things will work. And you're going to need some baking powder. If anybody knows of a low sodium baking powder, please tell me, because this stuff has like a lot of sodium. Look. Because really, who uses an eighth of a teaspoon? And you're going to need an egg. So what I usually do is I get a medium-sized bowl and I blend my wet ingredients first. So you can use the entire egg if you want to. I've been macro balancing the last like week or so pretty seriously. I've been trying at least. And I've had a hard time staying away from fats, even though they're healthy fats. Too much is still not a good thing. So I've been just trying to cut down my avocado and nuts and all that good stuff just a little bit. So I'm just using the white today. But you can use the whole egg if you want to. Like, egg yolks are good, y'all. They're good unless you're trying to keep your fats down because you're being super serial about your macros. Okay, so 1 egg or 1 egg white, and then you're going to need 1/3 of a cup of your applesauce or your Greek yogurt or your cottage cheese or whatever it is that you're using to substitute that nasty oil. And the only wet ingredient that I'm not putting in right now is the almond milk, because the almond milk is kind of just to give you the right consistency at the end. So gonna mix everything up, and then if the batter's too thick, then I'm just gonna kind of gradually add the almond milk until it's manageable. Because you want your batter to be thick, but you don't want it to be so thick that you can't like spread it on the pan. So I've got a griddle heating up right now. You can see it right here. I'm heating it on, I hope I have it on medium. Actually, my griddle goes by degrees, so it's like just under 350 right now. And I started heating that up when I was like getting my ingredients together. I just think it's easier than using, I don't have any clean spoons in here. I think it's easier than using a frying pan, and then it's like non-stick, so you don't have to worry about using like a ton of oil to keep it from sticking. So you just blend that, the egg or the egg white together with your applesauce, and then you're going to take your ground up oats, so again, half a cup, and you're going to add those. And then you're going to take 1 scoop of protein powder. But since I'm using 2 flavors today, I'm going to try to do a half scoop of each. And if it goes like a little bit over, that's fine. You can just add more almond milk at the end if it's too thick. So I've used my vanilla. I'm going to get the difference that I've noticed between Plant Fusion and Sun Warrior is the Plant Fusion is definitely more dusty. It's like more powdery. But it's also easier to scoop it out since it's not as like chunky as the Sun Warrior. Okay. So I've got my egg or egg white, my 3rd cup of applesauce, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, whatever you want to use. I've got my half cup of rolled oats that have been blended to a flour consistency. And I've got my scoop of protein powder. So now I just need to add some baking powder. And I'm going to use a teaspoon, or actually I'm going to use just under a teaspoon. I've seen recipes anywhere from half teaspoon to a full teaspoon, and like honestly I don't really notice a difference. They're a little bit fluffier the more you add, but there's also more sodium, so it's just whatever your preference is, I guess. Okay, so it's going to be really chunky, and you're going to want to mix everything together really carefully because your protein powder is going to want to like fly out everywhere. So let's see what I'm doing here. See, it's looking like really chunky, and just it's not going to look like a regular protein, or I mean a regular, oh my gosh, I can't talk this morning. See, Mondays, people, Mondays. It's not going to look like a regular pancake mix. And you don't want to over mix it either. So mine's kind of like looking like a sad oatmeal right now. So I'm going to take my almond milk. And I'm just going to add just a little bit because a little bit goes a long way. And you can always add to it, but you can't really take away. So my suggestion is to just add a little bit at a time. So that's still pretty thick, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. And you don't want it to be soupy, like some pancake mixes are pretty soupy. You don't want it to be like that because then they're just going to be all flat and nasty. So this is kind of the consistency that you want. It's like almost like a pudding consistency. And I'm running out of counter space here. Okay. So I'm going to move this up so you can see a little bit. I have to kind of use my fingers when I'm spreading these out. And usually I do like 4 medium-sized pancakes, but you can do, you know, 2 really big ones or like a bunch of little ones. I just like to spread them out pretty evenly on the pan. So I kind of just do like a scoop. And then I kind of use my spoon and my fingers to spread it out on the pan. And they're going to fluff up a little bit when they cook. And I don't like set a timer or anything. I just kind of eyeball it because I feel like it's different every time. But you want to wait. I mean, you can tell like when it started cooking through is when you want to flip it, because when you flip them, you're only going to be cooking them on the other side for just like a minute or 2. So, I'm just kind of trying to spread them out and get them as close to a circle as I can, because like I said, this batter is going to be a lot thicker than a normal pancake mix. Like, I feel like with normal, like if you just make pancakes out of a box mix, it tends to just kind of, like you can just kind of like pour the batter out and it like makes a circle. But I remember the first time that I made these, I was like, these are not going to work. I'm doing these totally wrong. Like, they are so thick. There's no way that this recipe is right. But lo and behold, this is just how they're supposed to be. Can you see my look of deep concentration here? So Andrew will like make fun of me when I make stuff like this, and he's like, what is that shape? Like, that does not look like a pancake. I'm like, dude, it's just hard to manipulate these. That's why I do the little finger method here. It's a little bit easier to play with it. And hey, putting your fingers in your food, it makes it taste better. It's more fun. So just screw the haters here. So my first pancake should be well on its way to being done. And you can see them start to puff up too. And sometimes, like with a regular pancake batter, you'll see like little bubbles. You're not going to really see bubbles form, but you'll see like little holes like pop up through the batter, and that's usually a sign that they're kind of ready to be flipped. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rinse off my spoon because, hey, I don't want a lot of dishes, so I'm going to kind of rinse out the bowl that I used to make the batter. And this is optional. You totally don't have to do this, but it's like way delicious. So I highly recommend it if you're looking to add just like a few calories. And it'll give you a little bit more protein too. So I think it's totally worth it, but I mean, it's your call. So I'm going to make a filling for these. And I really wish that I had the like cheesecake Jello, but I don't. I'm gonna go to the store later, but I just use this Jello sugar-free pudding mix, and like obviously this is something that you don't want to eat all the time. Like sugar-free usually means there's all kinds of weird stuff added to it, and like honestly I don't even really know half of these ingredients, and there is a little bit of aspartame in it, which I'm not crazy. Like I chew aspartame gum, but I chew gum like all day long. I'm not going to eat this all day, every day. So it's okay, guys, to not be perfect every once in a while. And it tastes amazing, so it's worth it. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to rinse this measuring cup out. I'm using a strawberry cheesecake Greek yogurt today. This is the only one that I had that would go pretty well with these pancakes. So, but if you have like a vanilla, I love vanilla Greek yogurt. It's so versatile. Like you can do a little bit, goes a long way with it. So, ew, guys, there is like totally a hair in my yogurt. Like, I just opened that and now I can't find it, and that's pretty gnarly. But okay. Well, if you can't see it, it doesn't hurt you, huh? So I'm gonna use 1/3 of a cup of this Greek yogurt. And it's about half the container, I've come to realize. So if you don't want to measure it, you don't have to. You can just scoop out like half the cup, or you can use the whole thing if you want to go crazy. I mean, it's totally up to you. And meanwhile, my pancakes are getting ready to flip here. So you can see, like, it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but it's not like sticky on top anymore. So I can touch it and nothing sticks to me. So my first two are pretty much done. Okay. So I'm going to take that sugar-free Jell-O pudding mix. And I've already used this bag 3 times. Every time I do this, I use 1/4 of the bag. So I have about 1/4 of the bag left. So I'm just going to dump the whole thing in there. And just eyeball it. Like, I don't really know if this gives you, it's in like, it doesn't even really tell you how much is in here. So just kind of eyeball it. Like, you don't have to measure everything, guys. And if you, it's kind of hard to tell with the, sorry, I like apparently can't do 2 things at once. It's kind of hard to tell with the strawberry cheesecake Greek yogurt because that Greek yogurt is like pink colored. But if you mix it with like a plain or vanilla or some kind of Greek yogurt that's like white colored, when you mix it with that pudding mix, it like turns this weird yellowish color, and that's totally okay, guys. Like, that's normal. It's not bad or anything. So it's going to be kind of thick, like an icing when you first mix it. If you want it to be a little bit more, like, easy to spread, you can just add a little bit of almond milk to it. Meanwhile, I'm going to flip the rest of my pancakes here because they're getting ready to be done. This video is going to be like 20 minutes long. I'm so sorry. If you sit through this whole thing, like, you get a cookie for real. So mine's still a little bit thicker than I really wanted, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'm trying to hurry up here because, like, I feel really bad that this is taking so long. And I'm also really hungry. I hope these are amazing. Okay, so now spend like a minute or 2 since I flipped those first pancakes. So I'm gonna take the first one off, and I'm gonna kind of like make a sandwich out of these. I'm gonna add a little bit of my frosting. And again, like, it's going to be kind of thick, so just spread it with your hands. Let's get a little messy this morning. Pretty good. I still like it with the vanilla better, but... And, like, you can totally top these with whatever you want. I don't really have anything very good. I might have some strawberries in there, actually. Now that I think about it, I might slice up some strawberries and put them on top. You can melt chocolate, like with the Boston cream pie ones. I like melted a little bit of dark chocolate with, I just put some almond milk in there and poured that on top, and it was pretty amazing. Or you can put like shredded coconut on top, or like if you don't want to do this frosting, you can add like peanut butter is pretty amazing, especially on chocolate pancakes. Just whatever kind of fruit you want to put on top. Or I've even put like honey or agave nectar on top of my pancakes. Or if you're feeling like a little bit sinful and naughty, you can even add like chocolate chips or peanut butter chips. And you can add this stuff to your pancake batter too, like if you want to throw some blueberries in there. My dog is like puking over there apparently. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I finished my pancakes and now I get to go clean up dog vomit. Story of my life. This is I'm sorry, I hear him like hurling in the background and it's just like not appetizing now. And hey, who wants to come over and eat some pancakes? Because I don't. He's like throwing up all over my kitchen. Alright, so anyway, there you go. Ta-da! You're ready to eat. Thank you so much for watching 20 minutes of bullshit. I love all of you.